100%, yo. What's up, y'all? I'm Kay.
I'm Chaz.
And we are Culture Content,
yes,
y'all.
Sir.
Bam, bam, bam. Today we got a special guest with us. My man B. Jones is here. You heard?
What's up, everybody?
Let's go, my guy. So, appreciate you pulling up to the podcast, man. We scheduled it, we made it happen, we executed. The only thing we didn't do is our photo shoot yet, so we gonna get there. It's coming. We gonna plan it right. You know, when the weather start breaking and everything. Like, you know, but we do got the full gear because we from the city, so
whenever you're ready, I got you guys. I honestly forgot about it until we talked about it.
Well, yeah, you know I got to bring it back. We never gonna forget. So we gonna get us on the books eventually. So that's 100%. So just let's just get into it, man. Take us to the beginning. However you want to start. You can talk about videography, the basketball.
Let's go with the company, man. Let's go with Pittsburgh Entertainment Company. All right. How it all started, man. So I was working at a bar for years down in Southside, Finn McCool's. Great place, super comfortable there, and I worked there so long doing security. I told the owner, I'm like, man, let me run some shit. Like, just let me run some shit one night a week, right? I'm like, Thursday nights, what do you do Thursday nights? He's like, man, we make like $300 on Thursday night. I'm like, come on, bro. What's $300? Like, that's probably costing you more money to have it open. So let me take it over. He gave me full reign, reign, okay? Brought in my boy, DJ Spills, who's also the co-founder with me for Pittsburgh Entertainment Company. Shout out Spills, man. Did a late event last night. That's why he's not here tonight. If not, he would be right here with me.
It's all good.
But he came in DJing first Thursday night, slow as shit. You know what I mean? Like, no one knew what was going on. They thought it was the old fans. Yeah, I thought it was the old fans. Then we were like, let's keep promoting, keep promoting. So promoted. And I'll say maybe 7 weeks, so 7 Thursdays into that summer, we went from making $300 a night to $6,000.
No way.
That's one night in Southside on a Thursday night.
On Southside too.
Yeah. So I mean, and then we started thinking about it. I'm like, Spills, how much are you getting? He's like, $200 a DJ. How much am I getting? Couple $100. I'm like, why are we the middlemen? We're the talent.
Right.
He's more the talent than me.
Right.
I'm like, why are we the middlemen? Let's do this shit ourselves.
Yeah.
So we had a photographer at the time. Spills already had done about 100 weddings.
Nice.
DJing wise. So I was like, let's do something. Let's do an entertainment company where they're always gonna need something. Like weddings are never gonna stop. Like a lot of shit stopped during COVID. A lot.
Facts.
But weddings didn't stop. They might have got pushed back, left or right, side to side, whatever. But it didn't stop. So I'm like, I vividly remember this conversation on the phone. I'm like, we need a company name. We can't just be like DJ Spills and people.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, I'm trying to think of all these like super complex names. He's like, how about Pittsburgh Entertainment Company?
Yeah, just keep it simple.
I'm like, bro, it's 2018. Like, someone definitely has that. No one.
Wow.
No one. We all put our money together to make the LLC
Yeah.
immediately and had it like the next day.
Fire.
I was like, wow. Like, we couldn't have been happier with that name because people just search like Pittsburgh Entertainment. You know what I mean?
All the time.
Yeah, so.
And it's not even if they looking for videography, they just like, what's going on in the city?
I mean, look.
Automatically you
Entertainment,
pop up.
Bro, let me think of some funny shit people have asked us for. If we had a Santa Claus, a unicorn, like a horse that we could just put some.
Okay.
Like all different types of stuff. Like, do we have pottery classes? I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's not that much entertainment, you know what I mean?
Right. So then we were like, all right, we need to make a website ASAP, right? So PittsburghEntertainment.com, just to let you know.
We'll put it down.
Yeah.
For you.
You know what I mean?
And like, let's list our services. So as we grew, all right. So actually, to start, there was 3 of us: me, Spills, and a photographer that we unfortunately had to part ways with because he just cool person. His work ethic wasn't there. And like, I'd be like, look, bro, next week photo shoot. Oh, I can't do 7 in the morning. I'm like, all right, bro, you're just I can't work with someone.
When the money cold, you gotta answer, man.
I couldn't work with someone like that.
Unless you gotta go on somebody else.
He was Spills' friend, and he was my friend too. But like, it's business, bro.
It just happened. Yeah.
You have to separate business from that. You know what I mean? So gave him some money back. Me and Spills took off. Found an amazing photographer. Alex Sparn. Unreal. Like we'll post a link or something to his Instagram, but he's unreal. Then I got with Seth Welsh, one of the best videographers in the city, was probably 21 years old at the time.
Oh, okay.
All right. We've done.
This is what, like 15?
This is like 2018. We're like talking 2018. Yeah, like 2018. My bad. And we're like, let's just put it together, one-stop shop. So then Seth knew another videographer, Sparn knew another photographer, Spills knows a million DJs.
Yeah.
So we have our main group of people, right? And my father-in-law took a test, and now he's an officiant. He can marry people. Wow. So we use him for that. Okay. We collaborate with this girl named Tiffany. He's a wedding coordinator.
Oh, nice.
We bought a photo booth.
Okay.
And it's not the 360. Everyone's like, you got the 360? I'm like, no, man. That was like 10K.
Not there.
I'm like, that's like 10K. Yeah. So we got a photo booth. So everything we offer, DJs, photographers, videographers, photo booth, wedding officiant, and wedding coordinator. So we are trying to expand as much as we can to be realistically that one-stop shop that people just come to for their entire wedding.
Yeah, right.
And our big-time main goal, maybe 5 years from now, is to have a wedding venue. To actually just like come here.
Yeah.
Like
you literally have everything you need.
Everything. And it's been good. We've done, since 2018, we've done 208 weddings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh, that's
fire.
Yeah.
Hold on.
On average, 208 times like 4 grand. No, it's like
It's been a blessing.
Trying to calculate that.
And it's funny, you know, a lot of support, you know, word of mouth, everything. But another good thing we do is referral program. So like, say I know you guys, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, my cousin is getting married. Like, I'm going to send them to you. You send them to us. They go with us. I throw you $50 every time. Now, if you use us for a service, like, say you use our DJ for something and you refer someone to us, you get $100 every time.
Oh.
So you got like your own affiliate program.
Yeah, we kick back, bro.
Everybody eats, B.
Everybody eats.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you guys bringing them to us, so I gotta show some love.
Yeah.
All right, that goes a long way, man. That's what's up, man. I just like like you said, the one-stop shop.
Yeah.
And that's monopolizing.
Oh,
and then
man.
it's gonna be over. Like,
Yeah.
nobody else is allowed to shoot unless they go through Pittsburgh Entertainment.
And we are Pittsburgh Entertainment, but we've done weddings in Tennessee, Ohio, New York. Like, we're expanding.
What part of New York?
Yeah, I'm about to
that was Spill. I want to say Buffalo. I don't know, might be the odds.
Ain't the odds, but you know what I mean? We from the city, you know what I mean? Harlem, you know?
Yeah, shout it out, man.
You know, West Side, East Side, you know what I mean? So, like,
there you go.
we appreciate it, you know what I mean? But it ain't the city, yo.
Yeah, I went up there one time and one of the homies like, oh yeah, we see downtown. I was like, downtown what?
Yeah.
It's like we went to Buffalo. I was like, nigga.
You ain't got nothing but snow. Huh?
Right.
For real.
That is not where I'm from. Like, stop playing with me. Respect my gangsters.
So, tell us about like networking, because like basically you was able to, just from the relationships you've been having, you was able to connect the dots on a whole bunch of stuff. Tell everybody what's the importance of networking. Like, how does that really can take you places?
Gotta network. You have to. You might have someone sitting right next to you that can help you out for less money than you're going to pay a complete stranger.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in using your resources. Okay, like just ask around. That's why like people immediately are like, use this company, use that. Now let me put it on Facebook first. Let me see who I know who can benefit from this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And take it from there. And I've built so many business relationships with that. Like me, like doing the front door at Finn McCool's for 10 years. The amount of people I met is just
you
crazy.
Met a lot of people.
Crazy.
So much traffic.
Probably met you at one point too.
Probably. I'm sure you did.
I used to live 10 minutes from the south side.
Yeah, so. I mean, I've like carded NHL players because I didn't know who they were. They're looking at me like, really, you're going to card me? I'm like, bro, I don't watch hockey.
Okay, right. And then you've seen 1,000 how many people at night, so you're not like, oh, this is such and such.
Bro, I'll never forget. It was a Thursday night in like 2014. We had a karaoke night. This little girl comes in, like, she had a couple people with her, Louisiana ID. I'm like, is this even real?
Yeah.
It's karaoke. She comes in, she sings, she blows everyone away. Everyone away, okay? On the way out, I give her a little fist bump. I'm like, man, you were good. You know, this little 5'2" girl. I go up to the person doing karaoke. I'm like, you think she could try out for like American Idol or something? She goes, honey, That's Jesse James, Eric Decker, the football player. That's his wife. She's a millionaire country singer. She's on tour right now. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
He's like,
She thinks she's from American Idol, but she already 10 times past that.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, you just don't know who you're going to meet.
That's facts, though.
You know, it could be a homeless person. It could be a millionaire down the south side. But I did touch briefly on my relationship with Taylor Gang and Wiz Khalifa's manager, Will DeZombag, being one of my best friends. And I love him to death, man. Like, one of the greatest dudes I know, would do anything for anyone. And he's just always brought me along to kind of show me his lifestyle and learn from it. Even though we're the same age, I still learn from him. And I still do that today. He's introduced me to so many people. By far, coolest dude. He put his number in my phone after we talked. Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka is the coolest dude I've ever met in my life. Bro, he's nuts, bro. He's nuts.
Still, what's that mixtape he came out with French?
That was Lockout. That was fire.
Yeah,
that was fire. I still bump that too. I mean, like,
you can't really.
Playing that.
Respectfully, you know, Waka Flocka, you know, he's not one of the best rappers, but
he
went crazy on that mixtape.
That mixtape was fire.
His energy, though, bro. You see him in person, right? Mm-hmm. He's probably like 6'4", 280.
I heard.
He's just a big dude, right? And he had all this security at Penn State, right, that came up with him. He's like, yo, I'm going into the crowd. Don't none of you security follow me. He goes, I want to headbang with these people. I want to be in a mosh pit. He's like, no one's messing with me. And he's in there, he's just throwing people, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, when you 6'6", 280, like,
and you know one thing about him, bro? He really cares about the kids. He comes to Pittsburgh a lot, but he wants to do an event for the kids, and our timing got to match up, but he's talking about like renting out a movie theater or something, bro, because he cares, man. People care.
Put Pittsburgh Entertainment right on there, right?
Right on there. Stamp it. Walker, you need a DJ?
You got everything you need, man. Real. So you I wanted to say something about the one-stop shopping, like building your resources and networking. So back to that, it's like, if you do have it, like Rick Ross said, I'm gonna use whatever I got first. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go out and buy something else. And I think he had built like some like table or something like that. He was like, yo, that was a rim I had in my basement or garage I wasn't using, and then I said, why not just make something out of it?
Use your resources.
It's as simple as that is. Use your resources before you go out and purchase something. On networking, even though not all the time. Let's be real. Not everybody you can network with, like you said, like that. You guy. Can build with. You can't build with everybody. If they don't want to work, then
it's got to make sense for you.
Right? Exactly. At the end of the day, so I just want to throw that little tidbit out there real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
So walk us through your creative process, and I was gonna say we talked about it off camera, but let's talk us through your creative process when you're shooting doing your videography, like just.
Yeah. So I'll say this. Obviously, weddings are a big thing for us, right? But we do a lot of music videos in the city.
Nice.
And with the job that I used to have, you know, shout out Schumann Center. Anyone who ever worked at Schumann Center, love you to death. We were more than just a jail there. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but
we'll get to that.
We tried to help the kids as much as possible. And music is a huge upcoming thing in Pittsburgh. I mean, it always has been here. But a lot of kids have musical talent that I'd much rather see them do that than be in the streets.
Facts.
So while kids were there, I would tell them, like, hey, man, hit me when you get out of here. I'll help you with your music video. So I would help do the treatment for some videos. Like, I'm like, okay, you got this part in a song, like, let's go to this park. You got this part in a song, man, go outside of McDonald's or something that's funny. They'll get it. So I could see things in my mind, like, as I hear them. And I think that helps. And as long as you have a bright imagination and you're open to stuff, and I think it could take you anywhere.
So you're like a creative director for real. You're
not giving
yourself enough credit right now.
No, it is funny. It is funny because the first couple wedding videos we did, we just put Pittsburgh Entertainment on it. And then my main videographer, Seth Welsh, he started putting directed or produced by Brian Jones. I'm like, man, that just made me feel good. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, bro.
I mean, when you work for it, you might as well. You might not know exactly what you're doing, but your man saw it like, oh, you curated this video real quick.
Yeah.
Like without your ideas, without setting up the stage or the platform basically for it. It's like because anybody could shoot a video outside, right?
Exactly.
But if it makes sense and then like
and we talked about this off camera too. The biggest project we ever did as a company was the Rolling Papers documentary for Wiz. I believe it was the 10-year anniversary. That in 11 months has 2 million views. So that's big. So and I was talking to the Warner Brothers dude who set it up. His name was Jeremy, and he's like, "Yeah, can you have your videographers do this, videographers do that?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm like, "Put my name on this, bro." Put my name. And he did. He put me in the credits. He put me in the credits, and I was humbled, man. I was thankful.
That's what's up, man. One day I'd strive to be that too.
I happen sooner than you think.
Right.
Hey.
Hey.
Right.
So you mentioned having DJs, photographers, videographers, right? Explain what the difference between a photographer and a videographer is, because I get this question all the time, like, "Oh, can you shoot pictures for me?" And I'm like, "No." Like, I'm not.
Right. No,
and I'm not
fair.
saying it disrespectfully, but like that's just not what I do. And they just like, because you have a camera.
It's
just like,
that's
they think it's just a switch.
It technically is a switch, but it's the purpose
It's a
of my
different
camera.
art. In my opinion, it's a different art.
It
Okay. Pictures, a lot more editing you can do with filters and stuff like that in different angles. Video, I think it's like the motion. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like in the vibe, whether you have your stabilizer or not. It's just two different worlds, in my opinion. Now, videographers can do photography. Photographers can do videography, but they don't.
Right.
Because they stick to their trade. They stick to what they're good at. Now, I'm not saying they can't learn, but it's not as easy as people assume just because they have a camera they can do both.
Right, and it's not. Settings are different. Everything is different. Like, don't ask me to do photography. I'm gonna put it on auto, and that's it. I might just bring my regular phone to your event.
Hey, some of those new iPhones
go crazy.
Some of those new iPhones you might think is a 4K camera.
Them new iPhones going crazy. Yeah, triple cameras and all that.
They're gonna have quadruple cameras in a second. Who knows what's next? But
probably just have one big ass camera in the back. Crazy.
Rolling
through
it's
all
probably like
types of
20K, like, you know what I mean? Come ups. A couple was like, I got AMC, I got Roblox, and I think Google. Like, I got that within like 2 days. Like, good come ups.
Now, what do you want, Robinhood?
No, I was using Robinhood, but they some crooks. So therefore, I'm on I was on E-Trade. All them trades was from E-Trade. I did like options. And I was able to like make a comma plus. You know what I mean, off the trades, but. It was times where like I lost money too. You know what I mean? So just being honest,
dude, I saw this dude at the gym. You go to the gym up here or no?
No, I
Planet
go
Fitness.
downstairs.
You got your. That's nice. That's a luxury right there.
But if I go to the gym, it's with to Planet Fitness.
When COVID first started, and then the stock market went crazy, and everyone started getting into it real big. He was like, "Bro, I put $800 in Bitcoin. Look at my account. It said 13,000. I was like, whoa. But I'm like,
that was a risk. Nobody knew COVID was gonna happen.
To me, I was like, if I do it, I'm gonna lose that, and then that's just what happens for me.
He said, I'm gonna put these $800. I'm gonna look up. It's gonna be 80 cents. Like,
bro,
that will happen too.
I'd rather just buy some shoes. At that point,
the options. You probably look more into like options. That's probably like
that's the quicker money.
That's the quicker route. I don't do that because I don't got the time to like be looking at graphs and charts all day and all that. Like I got other shit I gotta do. But
because what I would do. So just what? How many different things can you say that you could put your money in? Like thousands of different things.
Yeah.
All right. I would be like, okay, this one's cool. That one. $30 on all of it. Let's see what it looks like. That's just what I would do, bro. That's just something I would do.
Well, you got to research.
That's why it ain't for me.
Educated.
It ain't for me.
No, I mean what helped me is like I kind of self-taught myself how the market is, and I ain't perfect at all. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here. But like, what helped is I know that people, like humans, drive off fear, right? And they drive off news. So therefore, if good news come out, people gonna try to pump money into stuff. Right. You know what I mean? Like when I hit Roblox, they had announced that they wasn't a partner with the Department of Education to put some of that stuff in the computers, right? So I'm like, oh, all right, boom, I made money then.
Yeah.
Then the last time around, which is like in February,
Keep going.
I made money again. They was they basically they earnings stated that they was gonna lose a lot of money, but I remembered that earnings usually is data from the previous 3 months. So the data they was getting it from was from September to December. And what's happening between that time is holidays. Right. So a lot of people's getting gift cards, a lot of people's buying stuff for their kids, things of that nature. So I'm like, I said there's a chance that this stock is gonna go up because the holiday season just went up, and a lot of people probably.
And I'm a big gift card getter. For
you know what
people,
I mean,
bro? To be honest.
So like, I was like, all right, well, you know what I mean, like it's a gamble, but like I put a couple of
my Christmas one.
I put a couple of dollars in there, and like the stock went from like I think it was like 34, 41 on the 13th. By the 15th, it was $47. So like, you know what I mean? Like I put a couple of dollars in there, and I was able to reap the benefits from that, and I'm like, oh, let's go. Right. You know what I mean? And I sold all of it the day of the 15th, so I can get all my money.
Yeah, it's definitely a waiting game for sure. Probably not your
It's not
speed.
me. It's not me. I'm on that roulette table. Watch that ball roll. 24. Let's go.
All right, I'm good at calling numbers too. I do like the roulette. Yeah. I don't even short money on that because I don't really gamble too. Because I feel like you the minute I get on the table, I'm starting.
That's how, bro.
You got that hot hand, and now
I can tell people a 5-team parlay for basketball all day long. It'll hit. I put a one thing in, it won't even come close, bro. So I'm like, I don't sports bet. I can't. I'll do fantasy football, fantasy basketball, but all my predictions are only for other people.
Right, 100%.
All right, let's get back to it. So, you got a busy schedule, you got a busy life, you got your entertainment stuff, and you have a day job as well. We'll get to. So tell me how you able to balance all that, and you have a family.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean.
Family's first and foremost for me. Beautiful, lovely wife, Lexi. She's a principal. She got a tough schedule too, and then 2-year-old son on top of that, and
he look just like you too.
He does. That's my mini-me. That's my mini-me, young Maximus.
For real, like.
And let me just take a minute because he's gonna watch this one day whenever he's not 2 years old. All right. So he got this Lakers hat on. You don't know this story yet.
Oh yeah.
He don't know this story.
Oh yeah.
All right. So biggest Kobe fan growing up.
Okay.
I love Kobe like to the death, bro.
I shed a tear.
I can't sit here and be like he's better than Jordan. I don't care who's better.
Yeah, I
love
Kobe.
watching him.
That's what we grew up on.
Yeah. So obviously his 2 jersey numbers 8 and 24. Okay. My wife gets pregnant. Due date 8/27. I'm like, all right, that's pretty damn close. All right. So it's getting closer. This whole pregnancy, I know I annoyed the shit out of her. I'm like, babe, it has to be 8/24.
She's like, yo, leave me alone.
It has to be. And first off, just knowing that I was having a son, it was just like amazing. My first kid. You know? I'm like, wow, man, it's a son. That's a blessing. And boom, water breaks on 8/23. Yes. I'm like,
he's like the Kobe gods have spoken.
Basically, because whether you know this or not, 8/23 is Kobe's birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Actual birthday.
Okay, that's crazy.
So I'm like, all right, this is great. Is this day or that day? 21 hours of labor. He comes out on 8/24.
Wow.
Like, man, everything in the world
like Kobe
to me.
would do.
So,
right.
You got the teeth out. So my bad to get off topic.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Stuff, man. Keep going.
I always put my family first. My family is everything. But right after family is money.
Yeah.
Money. Okay. So yes, I'm a gym teacher. Been a gym teacher for 13 years. Love it to death. That's first and foremost. You know, my main job is my main job. But I have a schedule that allows me to answer emails, calls, and everything for my business. So I don't care if I'm up till 1 a.m, which is rare, but I don't care if I'm doing business and making money.
Yeah.
Like,
because you love to do what you do.
It's that drive, it's that motivation, it's that I want my son to have every single thing I didn't have or did have and more.
Right.
So I'm just going to keep grinding and grinding. My wife, she works like 12-hour days mentally being a principal, you know. So yeah,
sometimes more,
that's my balance, but I do need my sleep. I'll tell you that. Like if I don't get my sleep, bro, I'm a cranky person. I don't do coffee. I never had a cup of coffee in my life. I just
stopped drinking coffee.
I'm self-motivated, bro. I'm like,
you just wake up pumped. Like,
I need to just I wake up, bro, like I need to go to work. I need to make this money.
Yeah.
Because the second you lay in bed, all right, you know it's like, okay, I'm already off my routine. Mm-hmm. I'm calling off. There goes my money for the day. Even if I have sick days or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, no, man.
You still gonna need that for later on.
Stay focused, man. Mm-hmm. Just if something's working, just keep doing it. Keep pushing yourself. Mm-hmm. And spend time with your family. But if you get that business call, step out the room for a minute, man. Mm-hmm. You never know what type of opportunity. Is it $100 thing they need? Is it a $10,000 thing they need? Just to take that.
How do you, like you said, answering business emails at any time in the morning, right? Like, so how do you split that, like, so that you're not taking away from your family time, like, when you have that time to go, well, you're at the movies or dinner, to say, let me take this. Like, how do you balance that to say, all right, maybe I shouldn't take this call right now, or tell this person I need to call them back? Like, how do you balance that?
It all depends on where we are, what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm at dinner, I'm taking that call, or I'm doing an email within like a minute or two, and I say, hey, let me hit you after this. Mm-hmm. Let me enjoy this moment with my family, and I'm going to get right to you. And people understand that. I was going to say, like, no. Don't hang out with your family. Give me an officiant quote for September 23rd right now. I'm like, no, bro, just give me a minute. I do a lot of stuff on the weekends. I know, being a teacher is Monday through Friday. But on the weekends is like where we thrive on stuff. And we're in a couple like wedding groups where we put a lot of posts in. And there's a huge wedding group called Pittsburgh Brides on Facebook. And I've just been posting in it so much and been getting so much business that I'm honored that the person who created the group as of last week made me an admin.
Wow, that's what's
so
up,
now,
man.
like, I'm like approving posts and letting people in, and I'm just like, wow,
that's what's up.
I appreciate it. Her name's Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it.
Networking
big time, dude. And you know what's big is Google reviews. People will check your reviews.
Now, people will definitely check reviews. Like, before I go to restaurants and stuff like that, I'd check and see, or hotels, stuff like that. I'd definitely be checking that for sure.
We had, what's this, our 5th year? We had one bad review ever. And it was someone who didn't even use us for their wedding. They didn't even use us.
Yeah, I heard. They didn't do this.
Never did nothing.
I'm like, how can you do that? And I'm going to tell you the whole story right here. So, his name's Tommy. I ain't going to put his last name out there, but his name's Tommy.
Tommy!
All right? He books us like a year in advance, okay? And maybe 5 months before, I text him and I go, hey, bro, Spills, my business partner, his daughter's getting surgery the day before your wedding. Oh, wow. This is 5 months before your wedding, okay? And he's like, well, what are we going to do about this? I was like, we have another DJ.
I'm just letting you know that he might not be there. Yeah.
I'm like, it's a female, but she's a beast. And Jenna, you're a beast. We have a bunch of DJs we use, but Jenna, and he said, I don't want a female DJ. Oh, come on. Okay, that's cool. I mean, whatever. It's your wedding, bro. I'm not even mad. Yeah. So I said, how about this? I just give you your deposit back, and you do what you got to do.
5 months in advance now.
5 months.
Okay.
All right?
He wasn't trying to hit it.
Give him his deposit. All right? He has his wedding. DJ must have sucked. DJ must have been horrible. Because the next morning, after his wedding, you should be like on a honeymoon.
You should be on cloud 9. This dude writing reviews.
He's probably doing PT, getting them drawers, the acronym.
GTD?
GTD. Getting them drawers.
His wife writes a review. I'm like, they're like, Pittsburgh Entertainment Company really let us down. I'm like, bro, you didn't use us. If you used us, we wouldn't have let you down. Yeah, we gave you your money back. So what's the problem? You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, that's a blessing. That one thing in 5 years, I'm taking that all day. No. Yeah. We try to be as professional as possible because you have to be, bro. Because people are going to be like, yo, I use this company.
Right. You don't get that referral stuff too, man.
And these are the memories that are going to last them a lifetime.
You know? And another thing with you doing your videography stuff, we send couples all the raw footage too.
Nice.
And we never used to do that, okay? But then the one lady called me crying. She goes, thank you so much for doing that. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know why. Their uncle passed away, and he was at the wedding. We didn't put him in the main video,
right.
But they got to see that, and they're going to have that moment for the rest of their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
I always encourage like videographers to give the raw footage, and sometimes they overcharge, and I'm like, look, for all you know, you gave them a product, right? But what if they want to do something else with it, right? I feel like
which is their right,
which is their right.
Yeah.
I feel like if the contract is right, you know what I mean. Yeah, they have equal rights to it. We did our part, right?
Well, that's like you buying a shirt off of me. You want to cut the sleeves? Cut the sleeves,
right? Basically, this is exactly what happens. You know,
and what we do, we charge an extra $100 for the raw footage, which ain't nothing. We just got to get a drive, and then we charge another $100 for a highlight video. So a normal wedding video is between like 25 to 45 minutes long, depending on like speeches and ceremony. Right. But we can condense the highlight to like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Of course. Yeah, but it still takes more time, and people understand that. And it takes us about a good month to edit a wedding video.
Wow, that's actually a good time frame.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that. So
like,
a month, not bad.
If we're not busy, a month. If we're busy, 2. I mean, you got to think it's 12 hours almost of footage.
So
you got to put together. Yeah,
and people want to say you're looking and hearing that back, playing it back 1,000 times, making sure that the timing is right. Or like, oh, this gotta fix this this cross or whatever it is. It's always
add music. We add music in the background.
I'll sit on my video for like a week or 2, honestly, before I give it back.
I mean,
like,
why not?
I'm just like, I gotta like it enough, you know what I mean? And I gotta watch it back to say, all right, I genuinely like this product I just put out, you know? But you're not gonna get it on the same day. I waited so long to give somebody a video one time, I forgot I had to give it to them.
Were they cool with it?
Yeah, they were happy. They were happy. But she hit me up. Shout out to D. She hit me up like, you never sent me the video, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. I'm like, I literally had it on my phone already. Just text it right to her.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's good. Now, music videos, maybe that takes only like 2 weeks,
right?
Because that's only like a 3-minute thing.
Yeah.
And with me like helping so much, like I played a couple acting roles in music videos. Like I'll have to show you this one where I play like a cop. And I'm no cop, bro.
You look like
yeah. Well, it depends on who you ask. Yeah.
And you had that bouncer history, so
So my boy's a lawyer, Josh Ward, on the case. He's a lawyer in Shady Side, and I was like, yo, bro, can we come through and just film like an interrogation scene where I was the cop and the artist was in handcuffs, which I brought and everything. And he was like, absolutely. I'm like, you want anything for it? And he's like, no. He's like, let me just watch. I was like, cool. Yeah. I still brought him a bottle of McQueen's Wizard's Gin and everything, just for the love. But I'll have to show you guys a video. I'll just say that the first scene started there and it ended up at controversy. The second scene.
That makes sense though. I see how you get your creative thing going.
You'll really see it on that video.
All right, so you got something? I'm ready to switch gears a little bit.
Well, I was gonna switch gears towards like occupations.
Oh, go ahead.
So you work with a lot of different youth in multiple capacities, right? I spoke about Schumann. You know, you've been a gym teacher. You know what I'm saying? Which one you think you made the most positive impact with the youth?
Man, that is a tough one. That is it.
I know. That's a good question.
I'll say this. So for like 12, 13 years, I was the gym teacher at Schumann and the county jail.
Yep.
So that was like depressing for me to see kids like that, but I always found it good in a situation.
You always see hope in it, yeah.
You have to, and I hope people watching this understand that, like, just because someone does something bad, they're not a bad person. It's just a bad situation, a bad moment. Like, I don't ever blame kids for something they did if I don't know their background.
Right.
Like,
it's like judging the book by its cover.
Right. Like, how do I know that the dude he killed didn't rape his mom? Like, you don't know that stuff. That's why, like, people on the news, they read the news, they comment, oh, this is horrible, they should be locked up forever. Like, you don't know.
You look at headlines and just create this picture of somebody you don't even know them.
You don't know. But I would say just being that Schumann gym teacher, getting them young, and then seeing them later in life in the jail, like 10 years later. And, like, they're still splouting me up, hugging me, like, remembering stuff we did in gym class or something I might have helped them with outside of work. It felt good. Like, it sucked seeing them in a bad situation, but it was, like, cool to see them again. You know what I mean? They still remember stuff.
And they probably be like, yo, I remember you did X, Y, and Z for me. And you got me through this, and you didn't even know you were encouraging them.
Man, I wish, I ain't going to pull my phone out right here, but a kid just hit me up last week and told me I'm his role model.
That's what's up.
Like, told me that, bro. And I'm like, wow, that is deep, man. Like, I know I helped you out. And I knew I did everything I could for you, but I was like, "Wow!"
You just never know who you're inspiring.
You don't. You don't.
And that's why you just gotta hold
solid.
yourself to a standard, good character, man, and move accordingly for real. Like, and everything else will fall into place.
And the way I've been moving the last couple of years is with all the violence in the city and stuff. Is you never know the last time you're gonna see someone.
Facts. Nowadays.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So like,
just gun violence, whether it's to these
appreciate your moment with people.
Yeah,
because it means something.
We were just talking about off camera how, like, I worked in assist for years. You know what I mean? That's how we, met or whatever. And I see kids all the time, and I was always a cool staff, but I was fair and firm. You know what I mean? I kept it 100 with them, and if I was an asshole to them, them kids wasn't always gonna be in assist forever. You know what I mean? And like every single kid that I ran into a kid the other day. And, you know what I'm saying, it was love. Every single kid I ran into outside of the program has always been love. You know what I mean? I know there's staff members from the CIS, from other places that ran into kids. It was no love. It was zero love.
They didn't treat them right.
It was static on site. You know what I mean? And I remember it was a time when we was in the CIS and, like, we couldn't go into a neighborhood. A kid got out and we couldn't go to a certain neighborhood because the staff used to talk greasy to him while using the program. Like, we really couldn't go into that neighborhood for like 2 years.
They might be lurking, looking.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, you lucky. They basically said, you lucky. This other staff is in the van because I would X, Y, and Z right now. And we couldn't go into that area for 2 years, yo. Wow. 2 years, yo. And you know what I mean? Just
that's
you gotta, that is a shame. And like you gotta make sure, like you said, these kids, they do stuff, but it's not always 100% their fault. You could be selling drugs to feed your family. You know what I mean? So you don't understand. So you gotta learn them who they are while they in the program and try to speak life into them as best as you can. You know what I mean? They might not see it and they might not use it right then and there, but they're gonna remember what you said and they're gonna remember how you treated them. So you gotta make sure you're doing right by them, man, because they will come see you.
If anyone ever asked me, like, why do I think kids are so violent, especially in Pittsburgh, man, because it's such a small city. It's so small. Like, it's not a small world. People say it's a small world. It's a small city, man. You could find someone in 10 minutes if you want to. But if a kid never got the opportunity to value their own life, how could they value someone else's?
Yeah. Say that again.
Man. Like honestly, I will, bro. Like, if they don't value their own life, how can they value someone else's? So with that, say their dad's not around, okay? Their mom's a stand-up lady trying to do everything she can, working 2 jobs. She don't see her kids much. The kid is raising himself.
Facts.
And he don't see anyone around him except the people in the streets. And that's why they get that calling to go there. And that's where everything is put into their mind.
And then you can't blame the parents because it's like the parents got to work to feed.
I'm
sure she's doing as best as she can. I see it all the time.
Single mom and everything, like
it's all about value, and you got to show that at a young age. At a young age, people want to do rehabilitation with kids when they're like 14, 15. That's too late.
Too late.
Yeah, because they're already anyways.
They already joined the gang, got initiated.
They're already
carrying.
You don't know what they already done did. You know what I mean? So you think about us when we was 14, 15.
I want to know who was doing some worse stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You can't talk about it all day. Let me ask you this. Which one of you two admired the other one and wanted to be like the other one more? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I admired Kay's hustle from a young age. You know what I mean? Because his life was different though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely admire that. You know what I mean? So
Chaz was always the smart hood nigga. Sorry, my bad. Like, he was just like I used to be in class, get in trouble, whatever the case is, and he be doing the same shit, but he would do his work. So the teachers ain't give a fuck when he was
they're like, all right. They're like, we're gonna let that slide.
He always got the pass.
He got a 90%. He got a 62.
Like type shit. No, for real. I
remember this one time the parent teacher night.
Yeah. Our moms bumped into each other.
Y'all moms, because obviously we was always cool, and our moms actually met and was like, so what did X, Y, and Z teacher say? Oh, they said they did well. I said, oh, really? Well, they said he be talking all the time. He be in the back of the classroom, with case on, and Chaz just talking all day. But Chaz do his work.
And that's how they figured it out.
You know what I'm saying? So like, they was wow. Yeah, so like that was the interesting.
That was a good question, bro. That takes us back. Like we've been with each other since
7th grade.
Since 7th grade, bro. Like we haven't left each other's side. Like he first thought I was Dominican, so he wasn't really messing with me that
Episode
day.
1.
Episode 1. For real. He thought I was
we spoke about that how we first met.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't know," but then he heard like I talk English or something. Like
I thought he couldn't even speak.
Listen. I would tell you, cause our school, right? It was like I don't know what it was. We had an influx of Dominicans. You know, shouts out to my Dominicans. You know. Love y'all to death, but we had an influx of them, and I'm like, you know what I mean? They come, you know, we all the same complexion. Yeah. So they came in like literally a week before we had
I did
like
come in with a Spanish person.
A week before we had like 7 of them started, and they went to all the different floors. Some of them stood on our floor, and then you know them 2 came up, and like the process was they stand in front of the class and everybody wave, and you know they go sit down with them. So he didn't say nothing. Yeah. He didn't even say his name. They said this is K-Son and Yelena.
I wasn't interested in meeting nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
But look how we judge a book by its cover. I mean, we do it every day.
Yeah.
We don't mean to.
No.
But first thing we do is see something.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, that was that. We could talk about that shit for days.
All right, hold on. One more question.
Here we go. I like this though.
Yeah. And you can't be asking me all the questions. Who wins a one-on-one basketball game?
We talking about then or now?
Both.
I feel like I gotta take you back then. Maybe now.
I don't know either one. I'm just being honest, like, you know what I'm saying?
We've actually never played a one-on-one game.
Not real. Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, you shoot around, nothing, but like
we was always on the same team,
always on the same
teams or whatever.
Got it.
Like, but we've never just had the opportunity because after school we used to always go play ball.
We used to go hard too. Yeah,
we used to go hard, but it was always like us against the other floors or other whatever.
So we was always on the same team or whatever.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like back in the day I could have definitely.
No.
Fast.
All right.
I'm working out now, so I'll make
I'm working out too.
Yeah. You know, we're going to have to see. You done started some shit today.
I got winner. I'll say that. I'll play winner.
I bet. So, since we talk about basketball, man, like, let's just get into it. I don't know if y'all notice who he is or if y'all have seen him, obviously seen him before or not, but he's a state champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
State champ. Is it 1 time or 2 times?
1 time. Only
okay.
time ever in
Penn
Hill system.
Okay.
But nonetheless, it happened. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to that. I've never personally been able to be in the same vicinity of a state basketball player, but like, talk about that, man. Like, because you probably would have spanked both of us because I definitely wasn't winning those state championships at that time.
I'll say this. So, let me be as blunt as possible. I wasn't the reason we won. I was young. I was a young kid, all right? So I had an opportunity to be the JV All-Star. Mind you, I was 15. I was 15. I was in 10th grade. I was young. We had a hell of a team, a hell of a senior core.
Definitely had a hell of a team.
I was 15 just watching it like it was a movie. So I might have played, the first 3 quarters of the JV game, put up a quick 18, something like that. Okay.
Nice.
Then they're like, all right,
nice
go get ready to sit varsity and you might get in.
Okay.
All right. So in practice, I was always the person who would play the role of the other team. Okay. Like say we're playing against Gateway. Like I would be like the lefty who drove to the hoop or something. I was cool with that. I'm like, I'm 15.
Right.
I'll be whatever you want me to be. Let's go. Why not? So, I mean, we would sit there, and we had such a good team that year. I would just wait for us to get up 20, 30 points. I'd be like, all right, I'm warming up. I'm getting in. I think I might have played in maybe 10 to 12 games, averaging 2 minutes a game.
Yeah, all right. But you was putting up buckets though,
Yeah. So I'm like, that's cool. But to just sit there and watch this, and I'm like, man, we're a part of history. And let me tell you, back then, I was athletic as hell, bro. I was like the white dude that could dunk, bro. Off the backboard, boom. So So I'll never forget before the season, there was a lot of buzz about us before the season. Mm-hmm. They had all these coaches come to watch our main players like Akita, Matt Naughty, Scoot, Devin Knight, Dave Harvey.
Shout out to
Chuck,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they lined all these coaches up on a bleacher. I'll never forget that. It was like Jamie Dixon from Pitt. It was like the Virginia head coach. Just not like big coaches, but not like Roy Williams or Mike Krzyzewski, but big coaches. Yeah. And I see them all sitting there. I know who they're watching. They don't know nothing about a 15-year-old white boy, right?
But you got to make a splash.
That's exactly what I did. I saw the hoop they were at. Threw the ball up, bounced off the ground, grabbed it, dunked it. I got it. I'm only 15, fellas. They just started laughing. I mean, I was like, I gotta have fun with it.
Okay.
But one of the best rides of my life, and like I said, when we won the state championship, we all went out to dinner after. This old man came up to me with a basketball. He goes, "Sir, you a state champion." Mm-hmm. I go, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "Will you autograph this basketball?" I'm like, "I didn't even play in the game." So he's like, "You're a state champion. Right? Give me that ball." Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Signed it up.
Not everybody can say that, you know, or put in work to, or be in that circle too, you know, ball out like that. But that's dope, man.
Yeah.
And one more time, what was the team you played for?
Penn Hills, baby. Penn Hills Indians. Okay. 2003, 2004 state champs.
So did they just win?
Got my ring, got my medal. Okay. Our whole team was inducted to the Penn Hills Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah,
you got to, because when's the last time they...
That was the only one. Okay. They got a shot this year. Let me see.
Yeah, so did they win the City League?
They won the 5A Whitfield Championship last week. They won their first round state playoff game on Friday. They won by 43 points.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They got a really good chance to repeat what we did this year.
Yeah. Shouts out to my man Barker and my man Devin Ellis, is who coaches on the team right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's stuff so you only see like every 20, 30 years.
Yeah, man. It's about 20 years. You think about all the athletes that ever came out of Penn Hills. I mean, like, obviously everyone knows about Aaron Donald, man. What a great success story he is. But it's just nice to see that, like, there's still a whole community behind our sports teams here. And that's what drives us. And just like when we won states, I saw they did it when they won the Whitfield Championship. They get a police escort, fire trucks, all the way through up to the high school, man. Like, let everyone know.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't easy to do.
It's not, man. Especially to be that young and then all the gun violence we were talking about, to stay out of that stuff.
Yeah.
Stay focused and committed to your team.
100%, man.
Hard in itself, especially 15, as you said, years at age. You know what I mean?
Enjoying a ride.
Bro, like, Tyrannosaurus bones.
Like,
yo, and I'm telling you, if you can eat two, you're a big dude. You can probably get through one, but I ain't finish it, bro.
Wow.
It was that much food, bro.
Wow.
I'm just like,
and the sauce is good? Yeah, that's because the sauce does it for me.
Yeah, but that thing don't even need sauce. Wow. So I ain't gonna hold you. Man. Yo, let's get this over with so we can get some food. Eat. All right. So we spoke about you being a state champ. Congratulations again. I know it's 15, 20 years too late, but you know,
all good, it's bro. Still all day. Congratulate me next year.
100%. But you know, we talked about basketball, a little bit on gun violence, and right now we know that Ja is going through his situation in the NBA. If you don't know, Ja was in the club a week or two ago and basically brandished his gun or showed his gun on his live media page or whatever.
Tiniest gun I ever seen.
Yeah, like he flashed a little to his deuce, and what's your perspective on that? Like,
I'll tell you what,
wrong, right, and different, whatever.
Ja Morant, phenomenal athlete.
Facts.
Yeah, love his story. Did not come from a huge college. Was not supposed to be rookie of the year. I mean, Zion got hurt. Blah blah blah. Just phenomenal athlete, but like, you got to use your head in situations. Like, I mean, if me or you did that, would we get in trouble? Probably not. But we're not him. He's not us.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The timing of it, after this whole story comes out with him beating up a 17-year-old, what was this, a week later? After that,
something like
did that.
But I think stuff like that be planned too. But
yeah. I mean, I just think like he's trying to find a way to deal with being talked bad about. And this was him showing off, like, I'm letting loose, I don't care. but you're like a $60 to $80 million person.
Right.
Pay your bodyguard to do that. You don't even need to carry. Because are you, as John Morant, are you gonna shoot someone and go to jail for the rest of your life and leave this life behind? Leave this NBA legacy you could have behind? No. So why are you fronting like you're gonna do something with that guy? That's just my take on it. And then here's another thing. You got these young kids looking up to you. Right. All right. I mean, real talk. Like,
you inspired. We just spoke about that.
I'm a big basketball jersey. I wear a jersey in the summertime. You know that. Like Devin Booker, I was probably the first person to ever see with a Devin Booker jersey. and I just bought his jersey probably like 6 months ago. And I was like, should I get one for my son? And I was like, I don't even know how big he's going to be in the summer. So I didn't. But I'm like, these little 6, 8, 12-year-old kids are like, yo, this is my favorite player. Oh, he got a gun? I want a gun.
Now,
you know what I mean?
And they already like getting, stuff from the neighborhoods or whatever. So it's like they feel like it's right now.
Yeah.
And
and I feel like you gotta protect. If you're the asset, you gotta protect the asset.
Facts.
Like you said, why are you carrying? You're not shooting anybody.
Right.
And then people say, "Oh, you don't know what he's going through and all that." I do know he has enough to afford some security though. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what he's going through, like it just wasn't a smart move, and you're not in trouble with like the authorities. But like you said, like your employer, the NBA, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's your image. And here's the thing. I can't imagine what people at that level, how much scrutiny they're under every day. If they pick up their newspaper wrong or something, they get judged. And I feel that. Like, it would suck to live in a bubble where every single thing you do is getting judged. We got another guest.
Yeah, we do. This motherfucker out here.
it's not that time, man.
Yeah.
They just be coming out of nowhere.
We'll just let that nigga chill out there real quick so we can finish this.
That's funny. But no, like everything you do, you're being judged, good or bad. Okay? So like, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but you have to know, he knows by now, all eyes are on him. No matter what you do. Tie your shoelace wrong, people are gonna make fun of you. Or they might do it like you.
Right.
That's what I mean. That's
It's one or the other, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get scrutinized or people gonna try to be like you.
Right.
And he gotta realize he definitely got youngins, wanna be just like him. You know what I mean? He's athletic, he's nice, he's like a once in a generation talent. You know what I mean? And he's taking Memphis places that, you know what I mean? Now I know they talk a lot, but like they really got a good team. They solid.
They do.
You know what I mean? And then him being on that team can take him places, you know what I mean? So you can't mess up the bag.
And here's my other thing with that though too. Now, where are the old heads on that team to get his mind right?
Right.
They was just talking about that.
Like, where are they at being like, bro, yeah, you're better than me, you're a big superstar, but I've been doing this a long time, I've seen a lot of shit. Like, just be smart.
I think they had quoted, I don't know if this is true, because how the internet be like quoting people, but it don't be real. They said that Dylan Brooks, he's been in the media a lot, stuck with him and Draymond, but he was saying how they talking about they want vets to be on the team, but he was like, who you want, guys like Melo or Dwight, and he was just like saying like that they still want to play, so how they gonna be vets? And it's like they could be both. You know what I mean? It's not like they've been in the NBA for exactly. They've been in the NBA for 15 plus years, so they know how stuff works. Especially Melo, because Melo
he really about that
because Melo was definitely like you know what I mean.
We're not
like,
talking about LaMelo. We're talking about.
No, we're talking about Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying?
Youngins.
Number 7 for the Knicks when he was on the Knicks, right? And like Melo was telling the story on $1 Million Worth of Game that. Like, David Stern knew who he was hanging out with from Baltimore. He was like, I know the people you with. I know what time you go to sleep. That's why when he got that suspension, when he snuffed Marty Collins, he got that 15-game suspension because he probably shouldn't have got that much. But David Stern was like, I'm setting an example because I know who you be with. You know what I mean? You ain't going to be, this type of behavior is not going to be tolerated. So that's when he was, and so a guy like Melo, I don't think Melo will ever go to Memphis, but a guy like him could definitely steer Ja in the right way. People like that, period.
Udonis Haslem for the Heat.
Exactly.
Like, how many years did he just basically coach on the bench? To see him actually in an NBA game is funny.
It's crazy.
It's like, why?
I ain't seen him have hard playing time since the 06 chip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but he's there to guide people.
For real.
Yo, when you brought up Haslam, the only thing that went through my mind just now is when old boy tried to throw him the alley-oop.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm good.
He blew a whole tire, bro.
Yeah,
It just collapsed on the floor.
Yeah.
That lives rent free in my head. You know? Like I can't not think of Haslam and not think about that.
But I think NBA period don't really have them veterans. They pushing it towards the young guys now, which I get, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't. A lot of teams don't really have those veterans on the team no more. You know what I mean? Like that can steer them the right way as best as they can.
Respectfully, like John got his fault in his life too, man. Mm-hmm. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they seem cool, but like we saying, like you just got to be more responsible. Like I'm sure he's talking to him and giving him the best advice possible, but I just feel like that moment in time was just so avoidable. And it
definitely could have been avoidable.
Like it just was like.
And here's the other thing: what have we learned about going live on Instagram? It's going to get you set up.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Stop putting your location out there.
Yeah.
And don't.
Yeah, going live is not it, yo.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was. Shit. In other words, be smart. If you playing bull, or you the asset, or you know what I mean, whatever the case is, just be smart about it.
And don't live in the moment.
Yeah.
Think about your future. How old is John Morant?
22, 23. He do it for that. He do it for that. That
Think about
Supermax.
how many years he has left. Don't do some dumb shit.
He been in the NBA since what? Him and Zion came in 19?
Yeah.
2019, something like that. So I think he got. If he been in the NBA 4 or 5 years, I think he still got another 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can have a 17, 18-year career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
we wish the best for you, Josh.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. Stay gangster the smart way.
Yeah.
Stay dangerous the smart way. Right? 100%. I got like one more question, but you know, I don't know what you got something?
yeah, I wanted to end off on what we was on talk about.
All right. So real quick, top 3 directors.
Man.
No particular order, just
Quentin Tarantino.
Nice.
Quentin Tarantino.
Have you guys ever seen The Hateful Eight?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Django?
Oh, I've seen Django.
I've seen Django a little bit.
They call it Hateful Eight. That's the same movie.
Nah. It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, gotcha.
Phenomenal movie. His movies are just like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Always, yeah.
Yeah, Django was a well put together movie.
And his movies always got a lot of blood, a lot of violence. There's always a message somewhere hidden in there. But I just like his style. I like action. I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want a boring movie. And he's a beast. Second one, and I said this off camera. Tasha Smith. She's an actress. A lot of Tyler Perry films, and I got a chance to be an extra in the Mayor of Kingstown season 2. Just so look for me. I got like 6 seconds on
He's
it.
everything.
But the way she just conducted everything, like I've never met a director in person like that, like on that scale. And the way, so she did episodes 2, 3, 4. There was some random dude on the first one. He was horrible. He didn't know what was going on. She like demanded respect. She made sure all of us were cool, even though we had nothing to do with anything, like main acting. She made sure we had enough to eat, enough to drink, all that. She was a beast. And the third director, I'm going to say myself.
There you go.
I'm going to say myself because with the wedding stuff, the music videos, like I think I got a vision. And I'm never going to stop with the kids, like teaching kids, helping kids, but if I could do something on the side, I'd love it.
Yeah.
And wait, hold on, pause. 50 Cent.
Ooh.
I forgot, man. You might be number one.
He
might be number one.
He's been messing up the game.
Every single thing he puts out, I love. Yeah. Me and my wife, we can't wait. BMF, everything. I mean, especially with you guys in New York, I'm sure you're loving this.
No, I know. We can't talk too much. Well, BMF takes place in Detroit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Ghost and all that.
Oh yeah. That was crazy because we see all these places they
and
have.
50 being from New York, right?
Yeah, Queens and everything. Jamaica, Southside. Yeah. 50 Cent been on the tear, man.
Yeah, I like 50. Yeah.
I love it. I haven't seen the whole BMF, but I'm still on season 1, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. But I'm you know what? I'm happy because like now everybody's like anxious right now, waiting for the next episode, and I'm just chilling.
I'll say this: so like 50 became really big when I was in like 8th or 9th grade. Okay, and I loved his music.
He
loved
took over
it.
the city when we were.
Loved something crazy.
But to me personally, his directing and his shows have blown way past that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
he's reinventing himself.
I was about to say,
not
definitely
the
had to
same
reinvent
person
himself.
he was when he came out. Honestly,
because he's learned. Because he's proving that no matter how old you are, you can still learn.
Yeah, and be relevant too. Like nobody's ever discouraged BMF or Power. Everybody's the most iconic thing he's probably ever put out.
Power.
I mean, outside of that first album.
I'm still mad they killed Ghost off, but that's for another time.
Yeah, that hurt. That was a hurt piece. That was a hurt piece. But his son isn't. Well, Michael Raiden Jr. He's doing okay. He's doing his thing. Mm-hmm. Young bull, you know. Yeah. So cool. Definitely mess with the top 3 directors. Like I love that list for sure. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
So
take it.
All right. You worked in Schumann. We all know Schumann ain't here no more. What are your thoughts on Schumann closing and its possible reopening?
We got about 8 hours to talk. I'll keep it simple. Should it have closed? No. Should it have been reformed before closing? Yes. If it had to have closed, why didn't you have a plan for what was going to go on with the kids? Because they made it about money, politics. It was never about the kids.
Never about the kids, yo.
And that's the worst part. Now, early on, I made several videos that went viral to the point where the mayor, Ed Gainey, called me. Was like, I like what you're saying. He's like, but it's going to take time. I understand that. And it wasn't him, really. It was the county that wanted to close it, okay? Not the mayor. But I was making videos basically saying how dumb it was because I worked inside of there for years. And, okay, it could have been ran better. You know, some people working there maybe didn't have to smuggle in something for a kid all the time. Whatever it is. But, like, the thing is, when you do this, all right? Schumann, these kids knew, okay, I'm getting arrested, I'm going to Schumann.
Right.
I'm going to see Mr. Jones. I'm going to see Mr. Green. I'm going to see familiar faces that are going to help me through a bad situation. And I kept telling people, guess what the alternative is going to be? They're going to go to the county. Now, when you're in a juvenile, you can get that stuff off your record.
Yeah.
Once you enter the adult system, it's damn near impossible.
Right.
So, and recently, last couple months, they have been taking kids and literally shipping them to placements in Texas, Georgia. They're just going to get their ass beat because no one knows who they are. So that was my thing. My thing was there was a lot of good at Schumann that people didn't know about or care to ask about. They only heard the bad stuff.
That's all they want to highlight anyway.
Yeah.
So like,
so I do hope something new opens soon and it's more rehabilitative. I don't know what the word is, but or more therapeutic, where like kids need to just sit down and think like, why did I do this? What could I have done wrong? Not, oh, there's some dude from Northview, let's go beat him up. Like it needs to be completely centered around something else. But that's my take on it.
I feel like I was hearing that they might privatize Schumann because obviously it was ran by the county, and there are good and bad things when it comes to private institutions. We all know that. Well, if you don't know, like if I say in the state of Illinois, a lot of those jails are privately ran prisons, and usually when privately ran prisons make these deals with states, they have to make sure they keep them full. If they do not keep the jails full, then the state gets fined. So what do you think is going to happen? The cops, more cops is going to be, they have to arrest them more because they have to keep these places full. So now people going to jail for minimal things, stuff that's on your record. I don't want that to happen to all juveniles. You know what I mean? We have a lot of programs. I was working in the SIS for about 7.5 years. In that 7.5 years, I've seen a lot of programs in Pennsylvania, not just Ohio, other places, in Pennsylvania shut down. From Vision Quest to Glen Mills.
Right. Newcastle,
Mid-Atlantic, all these places shut down. You know what I mean? So where we have places to send these kids now? And I think also the resources we have for kids is like diminishing. I feel like there's no hope for some of these kids now. You know what I mean?
Like they want to keep them now.
You know what I mean?
Keep them stuck in that.
You want to keep them exactly. You don't want them to progress to further heights. You don't want them to be entrepreneurs. You don't want them to do stuff that's against the grain of everything else. You want to keep them in this, keep them in this box of being in the hood, and that's all you really know.
And make money off of them.
Exactly.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I had 16-year-old kids that told me they never left the north side.
Right. I had the same thing.
Like, think about that, bro. Like, never leaving. Like, no family vacation. No, go visit your cousin on the south side. Like, just, that's all they knew.
That's horrible.
I had kids telling me the same thing, but I never left McKeesport. I never left North for sales. Only downtown is when I got booked. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? And being from New York, it's like, all right, there's a lot of different places in New York, a lot of different bureaus, but it's people that's the same. But that way of thinking has to change. But when we talk about Pittsburgh, like, I don't like that. If they try to privatize it, I don't want that to be the plan for Schumann. You know what I mean? They need something that's going to help the kids. Kids got to have more resources and have something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so actually it's funny. The year Schumann the year it closed, I had a whole plan. I said, let's do some other stuff. Let's have a music studio in there. Let's have them take their anger out in that. Let's have an actual workout room for them to do. You know what I mean? Just different things to get their mind off of stuff. And I think all that stuff would have helped and will help the new future Schumann if they listen. Like, they need to take different ideas from people that were actually there who were willing to help.
Mm-hmm. But do you think they really want to put a studio in there? I feel like anything that's good or anything that would keep them distracted from doing bad, they don't want to invest in it. But if you had a studio, all them kids are going to want to go. And all them kids are not going to, they'll probably be like, oh, I'm going to finish this and get off this or whatever the case is.
Or while they're there, they'll be like, I'm not going to go jump that dude. I'm in the studio in an hour from now.
Right, exactly.
Like,
and then it could mess up, I don't get studio time if I'm fighting, so they're not going to risk that, right? So it's like, you got to give a little give and take. Like,
it's a shame. And let's talk about the parents real quick, okay? So the second Schumann closed and they started putting kids in Ohio and this and that, I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, how is a mom going to go see her son there? She don't have a car. She would take a PAT bus to come, or PRT now, to come to Schumann and see her son, okay? How can they go to Youngstown? Were they going to take a $47 to $95 Uber ride?
Right.
When it could have been $3.
Yep.
And they could actually have time. Like, it's just, they didn't think it, and them closing Schumann as abruptly as they did, affected
real abrupt,
thousands.
Like
affected thousands. Yeah.
Because they was talking about it, and then, like, stuff happened, and then they just, all right, we shutting down the end of the month. And it was like, yo. And basically, like, you displacing every worker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. But, like, I feel like that wasn't a plan, but they didn't make it public knowledge until it was a month later. Until, like, you had to, shut down everything within a month.
You said the key word right there, plan. There was no plan.
Yeah, it was zero.
They didn't plan. They just said, let's see what happens. And we're seeing what happens.
I mean, that's politics. I feel like somebody made somebody mad, and it was politics. You know what I mean? Because you can't do that to kids, and this is people's lives, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think it gets
better. And I will say this: Ed Gainey does want it to change.
Yeah,
he does, but it takes more than just him.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to meet him. He came to my school, and he was shout out to Ed Gainey. He came to our school, and was a part of this little presentation we did for him. Seems like a real cool, down to earth dude. You know what I'm saying? He's from the hood. He's from and he's a state rep for years. So seemed like your neighborhood mayor. So I'm hoping. With his plans and everything, he's able to make some changes, not just for Schumann, but for the city as a whole. So, looking forward to the stuff he got going.
100%. Yeah, so we, I think that's it. I think we're about to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time.
Thank you, guys.
Both had a good time.
Sure.
I appreciated it.
Let me get it to you before Bree get upset. I forgot. Champagne. Bree brought this.
Hey, and Bree, thank you for reaching out and scheduling, and for my little gift.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Lit. And that's the Moscato too. That Moscato do hit different.
It's already looking like it's gonna hit different. So thank you again. 100%. Really appreciated my time.
Yes, sir. So,
if you guys haven't tuned into these guys, man. They know what they're doing.
Oh man, we
appreciate it,
man. But tell them where they can find Pittsburgh Entertainment, where they can find you.
Oh yeah, so I mean we're all over social media. Facebook, Pittsburgh Entertainment Company, Instagram, PGHENTCO, website, PittsburghEntertainmentCompany.com. Like I said, co-founder, co-owner, manager Brian Jones.
Mm-hmm. B. Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I like Brian, but B. Jones got a little
B. Jones.
I've never been Brian. I tried to keep it professional for that, but I don't care.
My bad,
it could be B. Jones.
Yeah, that does ring a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. So that's 100%. So y'all know where to find B. Jones at. And on that, all bookings or videography, DJs, photographers, hit him up ASAP. Like, check his work out. He does great work, and he has a great vision too. So peep the work and holla at him. So on that note, I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
And we didn't prep you. My bad.
Give me that again. I'm like, I thought you guys were gonna dance or something. Thought you were gonna do the Will and Jazz. Yeah. Do it again. Wait a minute.
All right, 100%. So I'm K.
I'm Chaz.
And this Jones. You already know we are Culture Content,
Yes,
and that's another episode. Wow. Bang. Sir.
Holla.
Now I know.
Yeah.